Despite all three other division running mates making some significant improvements throughout the 2021-2022 season, the Dallas Cowboys are still the favorites to take home the NFC East crown. When you have quarterback Dak Prescott commanding the offense and a totally revamped defense, it's easy to see why. Owner and GM Jerry Jones is dreaming of a season in which Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott lead the offense, while Defensive Rookie of the Year Micah Parsons keeps the defense in check. With the Prescott and Elliott contracts weighing heavily on the team's financial future, the Cowboys have had to part ways with some of their more established veterans and replace them with rookies on cheaper deals. To that effect, Dallas's roster is nowhere near as deep or reliable in 2022. Their three weaknesses are almost guaranteed to come back and bite Dallas in the butt at some point in the season. If not adequately addressed at some point, they could contribute to the Cowboys coming unglued later in the season against playoff teams. For example, wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb is exempt from this discussion as he is one of the best young wideouts in the game. Instead, the ire from the analysis is direct at Dallas's collection of depth at speedsters. A regression could be coming with Amari Cooper in Cleveland and Cedric Wilson now in Miami. When healthy, Michael Gallup is a fantastic receiver, but his injury concerns are noteworthy. James Washington is an average wideout. Noah Brown is still hanging around, but his value lies on special teams rather than on offense. 2021 fifth-rounder Simi Fehoko likely isn't going to wiggle his way into a role with a ton of snaps in year two. Third-rounder Jalen Tolbert is exceptionally talented, but he could struggle to make the jump from the Sun Belt to the NFL. Meanwhile, the offensive line has a ton of faces. Future Hall of Famer and right guard Zach Martin returning to the team should speak volumes. Tyron Smith might be one of the best linemen in the league when healthy, but Dallas' second most dominant performer on the line has missed 32 games since 2016. The Cowboys did use a first-round pick on Tyler Smith, but he will be in for a very rude awakening considering what a raw prospect he was in college. The center and right tackle spots currently handled by Tyler Biadasz and Terrence Steele are both below average. The Cowboys have some individually great players, but the vaunted line that helped Elliott and Prescott in the early years of their Cowboys tenure is simply gone, unless Biadasz suddenly turns into Mark Stepanowski. Spoiler alert, which is not happening. Prescott could be throwing on the rim more than he used to. And finally, the defensive line. While the Cowboys did make a solid draft choice by using a second-round pick on Sam Williams, that will not fix a unit that has lost some of their big heavy hitters in the offseason. Even with as good as Parson was as a pass rusher, even he can't lift this unit up by himself. Randy Gregory is now in Denver, meaning that DeMarcus Lawrence and his 9.5 sacks over the last 2 years will be unquestioned the leader of the unit. With Dante Fowler still a question mark, production-wise, and Dorrance Armstrong potentially in line to start, Dallas is much worse in this area. Getting a quality pass rusher is much easier said than done, but Dan Quinn will need to earn his paycheck this season. And can Quinn generate consistent pressure despite so many youngsters and backup in elevated roles? The answer is no. That could be ugly for Dallas when it comes to contention chances for another Super Bowl crown, something they have not done since the 90s.